Hey everybody, Superfan Giovanni here for Classic Loveline episode 6, 7, and 8. Yep, we're going back to 1995 with the 3 earliest known appearances of Adam Carolla on Classic Loveline. Well, there is one as Mr. Bertram. It seems to be from 94, earlier in 95. We think it's late 94. I have a DAT tape of that appearance, but it seems whoever the engineer was, I think it predates engineer Mike, he recorded the wrong episode or gave Adam the wrong episode of the DAT tape, so there's no Mr. Bertram on the entire show. I guess at some point we could release that episode if he wants to hear it. I have transferred a bunch of pretty Adam stuff, some late 80s, some stuff from 89, and then some stuff from the early 90s, even an appearance from Dr. Drew's dad on the show in 93. Really interesting stuff. With these, they have none of that. Classic Loveline episode 6 is October 8th, 1995, a Sunday night show, the first day of Adam's second week. We have a Monday and Tuesday as well. We get some legit Dr. Drew anger after he gets fed up with the boys and their banter, a solid Elvira episode in Classic Loveline episode 7, and the follow-up after she visited on episode 8. And these dates are about 99% certain, with Classic Loveline 6 from October 8th, 1995, a Sunday night show with no guest, Classic Loveline episode 7 from October 9th, 1995, a Monday night show with guest Elvira, and Classic Loveline episode 8, a Tuesday night show from October 10th, 1995, no guest. These tapes have been online for a couple of years now. They are partials. The audio's pretty decent. The best we're ever going to get, probably. So enjoy these. There'll be a few more partials ahead, and then we'll move on to 1998. And as per usual, this medical information is from 1997. Some of it may be out of date. Please consult your own physician or contact Dr. Drew and Mike Catherwood on Current Day Loveline, 1-800-LOVE-191. Listener discretion is advised. You can follow us on Twitter at Podcast1, on Facebook, Podcast1 there as well, and Podcast1.com, the home of all your favorite podcasts. Mahalo, and get on.
The following program is a Podcast1.com production.
And if you don't, but it's, at least he's happy. I mean, that's not a bad thing. Just say, if you do it one more time, I'm going to go back and get together with Dana again, right? Thanks for your call.
Thanks.
Rob?
What are you doing? You know, he must have been up all night or something. He's just drinking. And he goes, oh, he mumbled something.
He was intoxicated, didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Richard, I bet you looked really slick, like brawling with this guy with a boner. That's always a good look.
Yeah. It was on, you know, there was visions of sword fighting in my head, of course.
So what has he said since then?
No, so that's just it. Well, here's the deal is that we haven't spoken. And that night, what I kind of left out is I went back in and, I don't know, I thought it was kind of funny, you know, so I went back in and returned the favor for him. And I guess I'm calling to see how screwed up I really am, you know?
Right, you weren't screwed up to start with. But
right.
now as the call sort of unfurls, you're getting into that area, wouldn't you say, Ricky?
Yeah.
So he wakes up, guy's giving a hand job. He decides, oh, I'm so crazy, I'm going to go give that guy a hand job. I think that you guys have got a marriage made in heaven. You guys can go to work, come home, and give each other hand jobs.
Well, either that or, you know, if they're just kidding around, there's nothing screwed up about it. But, I mean, there's such poor boundaries and everybody's intoxicated. I mean, it just sounds like a big mess.
That's not a roommate. That's a lifestyle choice there. I mean, that's a little more than a roommate, wouldn't you say? I mean, I've had roommates.
Yeah, I don't know what.
And he's had hand jobs.
And I've had hand jobs.
But never had a hand job roommate.
Right.
This is Gerald. Gerald, you're on Loveline.
Hey, Ricky.
Yes, Gerald.
Okay, you guys were going for the, is the myth true or is it not true?
Which myth would that be, Gerald?
Whether the African-American peni hangs a little lower than the average dude.
Gerald, are you a black man?
No, I'm not.
You're a white man.
I'm a white guy.
Okay, so why are you answering this? Are you homosexual?
No, I'm not.
You
were going for the international woman who's been with a lot of different men?
Yes, right. And in another life you weren't...
No, you're looking the wrong way. I played Division I college football in the Midwest.
What school did you play for?
I can't tell you that. That's kind of giving it away here.
Why? Who cares?
It's a large Catholic school that plays on
Notre Dame.
Frequently.
Fight on.
Okay. The myth is true.
Black men's penises are bigger.
So it's really just
they tend to be.
Wait. There's two things I'm noticing. One is, first of all, in football or showering or whatever, I don't imagine the penises would be hard, which you just can't tell. And number two is, we haven't had any black men calling up saying, hey, this rumor is not true.
Well, I'm telling you, in the flaccid state, from what I could tell you, and we were probably at that time maybe 20%, you know, white and or other Europeans, and the rest were African Americans, and for the most part, they just tended to hang a little lower in that flaccid state.
Gerald, what do you think the Gipper would say right now if he heard you talking this way about your fellow teammates?
As long as we won one for the Gipper, he wouldn't care.
out there and gauge some penises, boys.
Thanks, Gerald. Let's talk to Mike right now.
Wow.
Mike, you're on Loveline.
Hey, I was wondering if, like, liking pain during sex makes me weird.
What is tonight?
Tonight is a
It's
weird
not
night.
you weird. It's not you,
It's
Mike.
weird night.
It's just tonight.
Turn your radio down, by the way.
I'm going to
I
walk
think I
out
heard
here
that.
with a bag over my head.
Now, Drew, I think you should call us up about that.
I may have to. Mike, turn your radio down, please.
Is that his radio?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my radio.
All right.
But ever since I was, like, 16, I've liked it a lot.
You know, there's some interesting data about people that are into that kind of thing. There's an association between enjoying those kinds of activities and having had a long illness or bedridden period during childhood. Anything like that happen to you?
What?
Yeah, there is. It's just an association. I don't know what the dynamics are of that. Is that nothing like that?
No, my psychiatrist said that it might have been involved with the treatments my mother used to give me.
Which was what?
Beating me every day after I got out of school.
Well, I mean, yeah, obviously.
But I can't see the connection.
You wait. You can't see a connection. If the only way that your mother would give you love is by beating you, and then when you have sex, you get beat. You can't see a connection.
Well, I might not see that I can't see a connection. I don't want to see a connection.
Right. You can see it intellectually, but it's hard to accept the association,
Exactly.
I'm sure. And, well, you know, it's something that people do. Is it normal? Well, you know, it's outside of the usual spectrum of what's considered normal, but it's understandable that you'd have some effects from the way you were brought up, and that seems to be how you're expressing it,
And
okay?
it always comes out sexually, doesn't it, Doctor?
It often does, yeah.
I mean, your dad did something weird to you, your mom or your uncle, whoever.
Yeah.
You get old enough, you start having sex, it manifests itself in a strange way.
But really what it is that our craziness comes out in our relationships. And that's the most intimate area in our
You
relationship.
never know how screwed up you are until you start dating.
Yeah, that's right.
We're going to break for commercials. Stay tuned, because we're going to wrap up the Love Line right after this. Which one? We got him. We got a choice.
I gotta go.
We're going to take them both. Okay,
Yeah,
let's
take
go
them both.
blind. Let's just go to blind to any call.
All right, that'll be
We're going to
fine.
go to blind to the calls.
Wait, you got to
okay?
go in here. These are the blind ones.
Okay, so I will go blind, do any call. We don't know what this person's going to say.
There he is.
This one person right here, you like this one?
Go.
Yes.
Hi, what's your name?
Josh,
And Josh, where are you calling from?
San Jose.
Hey, Josh, you're on Loveline.
I'm on right now.
You're on. We didn't even use a screener. We're going blind at the total risk.
Oh, okay. Well, I just have a question.
Because we're on the edge. We're crazy, man.
Make it snappy.
Well, hey, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Sometimes, my dog likes to hump my leg.
Oh, geez.
Right? Are you wearing shorts or long pants?
I'm wearing shorts, and, the thing that's weird, I think, is, I like to masturbate sometimes when she does it.
What kind of dog is it?
It's a boxer.
Right,
Okay,
Josh.
that is weird, Josh. That is weird.
Could you imagine the folks walking in on that?
Yeah, we are.
Josh is like, wee. The dog's like, wee.
No, we are never.
I live with a couple of friends. I don't live at home anymore.
Josh, thanks for your call. We are never taking a direct line ever again.
Well, I like Josh.
The dog is dry humping his leg, and he likes to masturbate. That is bizarre.
Let it go, guys. Let it go.
I can't.
Another one?
I'm going to fixate on for the rest of the night.
Let's go to another blind one. Okay?
all right. No.
Let's go to that other line, because that
Yes.
was really fun. I like that. That's a good way. I'd say let's end it, but we have another minute. Hey, you're on Loveline. What's your name?
Alexis,
Alexis, where are you calling from?
San Mateo.
And what's up? We're going blind, You're on the air right now.
Oh, I am?
Yes.
Rad. Oh, my God.
Rad?
Yes.
What's your problem, girl?
Well, actually, I'm just really homesick because I used to live in Huntington Beach. I used to listen to you guys, every night. And so now when I moved up to the Bay Area, it's, really cool. Really bad. And so it's really cool that I got to hear you guys, and I just want to say hi. And I want to say...
Do you have a dog?
No. Let her finish. Go ahead.
No, and...
This is a good way to finish the show. Thank
And
God.
I just wanted to say hi to all my friends in Southern California, and Andrea and Jessica, and I really miss you guys a lot. And I just want to say I'm a really big fan, and so
Thank you very
I
much.
think you guys are so rad.
Thank you. You're rad, too.
Thank you.
Thanks, Lexus, for redeeming the show.
Can I go to one more?
No.
One more.
Come on, we have 30 more
Ricky,
seconds.
can you imagine-
Antelope's making us
Ricky,
leave. I was having so much
Can
fun.
you imagine what is going through the dog's mind as he's humping this guy's leg? This guy's weirder than I am.
91X.
Over the console and strangle him and make all the papers.
So listen to that. That's in 2 days. Talk to us right now, and being Sunday, and especially being a full moon, where it is a fact the loonies are out. We'll talk about basically any kind of stuff you want to talk about tonight. 1-800-LOVE-191. That's 1-800-568-3191. We do have a fax machine available to take your faxes at area code 310-854-4455. And right now we're getting back to the calls, and let's talk to the lovable, the sensitive, from Lake Forest, Meat Beater.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Meat Beater?
Oh, yeah.
I bet that looks good on your jacket.
Oh, it does. Dude, I'm going to make a shirt that says Meat Beater.
and sell it to...
Oh, dude, I'll just wear it.
Meat Beater goes over as well as the No Fat Chicks license plate frame, by the way.
Yeah, I got to get myself one of those.
Oh, they love it. They come running.
Hey, Meat Beater.
I heard that call. That guy that says you can whack it 12 times a day.
He said 10.
10?
Yeah.
Dude, I just had to call him and salute him because me and my friend Nick thinks he's like all-time stud.
You and Nick need different idols. You need different people to look up to.
Dude. Whacking it's the best, bro. What are you talking about?
You're preaching to the converted, Meat Beater.
Think so?
I don't know who you're talking to over here.
I think you Meat Beater, and you guys need to shake hands.
No hobby here, Meat Beater.
God.
No, seriously, though, dude.
No. Seriously. Go outside once in a while.
Boy.
I'm talking to
the thing, you have to try to meet women. That's if you've just locked yourself in your room and you're going to make a career out of pleasuring yourself, that's not right. Is it, Doc?
No, it is. And I've got to go beyond. You've got to meet women, guys. You've got to have a life. You've got to have a productive life.
Even if you go out and meet women just to look at their face, get a visual picture for you to take home and jerk off, that's okay.
Gentlemen, stop.
You're going out.
Yeah.
You're getting supplies. You're getting the lotion. You're getting the paper towels. You're getting the towelettes. You're getting the pornography. That's not a life.
From now on, no more OJ, no more OJ, no more JO. Okay?
Please.
Fair enough.
No OJ, no JO tonight on Loveline. Allison from San Leandro.
Hi, how are you?
How are you?
Okay, I was just wondering if there was any way to tell if you're pregnant or not with outside of a test or going to the doctor.
Yeah, your stomach gets really huge and your breast starts producing milk and you have a baby.
And you don't have periods. That's the most common reason of a woman missing her period.
Well, I mean
meaningfully.
Other than that, because I know stress can change your period too.
Right. Get a home pregnancy test. Why wouldn't you do that?
Well, I was just curious. Simply curious to see if there was any way outside of that.
No, there's some strange tests that doctors can do, but you can't do them to yourself. And that's it. I mean,
there's nothing around the house you can test yourself with.
No
popsicle sticks with some Sweet and Low or something sprinkled on it. Nothing.
Have you ever heard that test, Dr. Drew, about taking the needle with the thread? And when the woman is pregnant, she lays on her back, and if the needle circles clockwise, she's going to have a boy, and the other way that...
What kind of witchcraft have you been reading
about?
I heard
this.
Yeah, right.
No, I did.
No, I believe it.
Yeah, sure, Rick, I believe it too. Allison, you need to go get a pregnancy test. If you missed your period, if you've had unprotected sexual intercourse, get it checked out. Don't make any assumptions, and get ready to deal with it if indeed you need to. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Do you think you're pregnant?
No.
Oh, okay. Just writing a book.
Thank you.
Bye, Allison.
Bye.
Hope from Modesto, you are on Loveline.
Hope? You're on the air.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering, because the first time you know that a girl has sex, it hurts.
Right.
Does it hurt the same for guys the first time?
No, and I'll tell you why. And I know we're not going to talk about masturbation, but usually...
but you are.
Well, usually by the time the guy actually gets to have real sex instead of the sex he's been simulating with himself for the last 3 or 4 years, he's all broken in. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I mean, guys usually get into that stuff when they're 13 years old, and by the time they have sex, they're 16, right? So they've had 3 years of penis abuse, and they're ready to go. They've built up calluses.
But if a woman isn't lubricated or isn't, guys, I mean, it wouldn't be the same type of pain, but...
Well, that's true. It's possible.
Women, to a large extent, that pain would be the rupturing of the hymen membrane, and that's kind of uncomfortable. And guys don't have anything like that. Okay?
Uh-huh.
Did you just
Speak
have...
for yourself, Don.
Hey, Hope, did you just have sex for the first time?
No, I've had sex before, my first time was a few years ago.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for your call.
Okay.
Let's speak right now to Eric from Modesto. Eric, you are on Loveline.
I was wondering if you can actually get STDs from having oral sex.
Absolutely.
And can you have them on your face?
Well, you can get a syphilitic chancre on your face. You can get herpes in your lip and in your mouth. You can That's about the only stuff you'd see. The rest of it is pretty much sore throat and or viral diseases like AIDS or hepatitis.
Yeah, 'cause I heard like rumors going around from my friends and stuff, and I just wanted to confirm it.
What was the rumor you had heard?
I heard about the herpes getting on your face.
Oh, sure. Anything you can get through genital contact, you can get basically through oral genital contact.
And Eric, this is Adam. I had crabs in my sideburns once. I don't know if that counts.
That counts.
Yeah, it was at a bachelor party in Vegas.
Can we write this up?
Very long story, but shaved them off.
And he still has them.
The thing is, I think Eric's just got like some sort of rash all over his face, and everybody's going, "Oh, you have." He's like, "No, they're herpes.
Yes.
I got herpes on my face." Let's speak with Justin right now, calling from Westwood. Justin, you're on Loveline.
How you doing, Ricky? Dr. Drew, Adam?
Justin.
Hey.
I think it's great you guys are on all over the country now. It's pretty cool. I've been listening to you guys since about '86.
Is it interesting how much it sounds the same?
Yeah, it's great though.
Yeah, it's interesting hearing people from different parts of the country, and yet the problems
We're
and the
still
qualities of the sort of personality quality people have are the same everywhere. It's interesting.
That was a beautiful sentiment, Doc.
No, I thought there'd be great differences regionally. We still may find some as we go along here, but
Sir Adam would just say, "Oh, I'm glad to know that everybody in America is jerking off."
Hey, well, there's still the rookie listeners, but hey, you know.
That's right.
Us hardcores are still out here. My question for you guys is, I was at this party this weekend, you see, and I met this girl. Turns out she's got a boyfriend. Didn't seem to matter at the time, but I'm wondering now if it's worth going back after her.
How far did you get with her at the party?
Quite a bit far, but not all the way.
sometimes people will say they have a boyfriend just to kind of keep you at arm's distance. You know.
Well, I called yesterday at her place, and our brother said she was out with her boyfriend, so.
She has a boyfriend.
Well, that could be.
Did you say anything about her boyfriend?
Did she say just that he didn't stimulate her intellectually like I did? So.
Right.
Yeah, like
at a party
on the chip ball.
Exactly.
Huh?
You know, on the kitchen table. You know, but it's all right. You know.
All right. So you like this girl? She gave you her number, though.
Oh yeah.
She said, "I have a boyfriend.
Yeah.
I'm willing to have. I'm almost willing to have sex with you here at this party, and take my number."
Pretty much. That's why I'm kind of confused, because I'm thinking, well, you know, she seemed interested, but she also seemed to have a boyfriend. So.
But don't you think by the end of the evening she would have slipped in that she was just kidding about the boyfriend if in fact she didn't have a boyfriend?
Yeah. Well, now my dilemma is let's assume she's got a boyfriend. Where do you go from there?
Well, you go to an early grave.
I mean, should I be that jerk, or should I just, you know?
I think you need to talk to her one more time.
This is one way you should look at it, Justin, okay? If this is the type of girl... Now, do you really like this girl?
I mean, I only met her once. Like I said, you know, it's worth hanging out with her again, but she was a lot different from a lot of women I've met.
But if you get attached to this girl, just realize this is the type of girl...
Same thing to me.
Exactly. Like, right now, you're the other man, you know?
Yeah.
If you got attached to this girl, chances are there might be another man...
That's a reasonable concern, but this relationship...
Every time.
But her relationship may really be over with the boyfriend. You don't know what the state of that relationship is. And you haven't had a kind of... You know, that was in a party setting, and you haven't shown any real interest in pursuing her in the future. I mean, she didn't know that you'd be continuing to see her, and
exactly.
You know, it's a different context when you call her back this time. Okay.
Let me continue Ricky's point for just 1 second. That's very, very astute, Ricky. You want to know how your relationship will end with any one woman, and this is not just going to Justin. This is just to anybody who's listening. You find out how her last relationship ended. Your relationship with her will end that same way. I guarantee it. Just, you know, what would be the best scenarios if her last boyfriend just was killed.
I mean, or if her last boyfriend, some guy like Tank Abbott or something like that, where this guy's gonna. I mean, you should also look. This could be like a dangerous position to put yourself in.
Yeah, well, that's what I also kind of thought about, because I don't know who this boyfriend guy is, and I don't want to, you know.
And by the way, if the guy's name is Tank, it doesn't really matter what his last name is. It could be Tank Perlman. Run like hell.
No sissy's named Tank.
Either, you know.
Exactly.
You got to earn the name Tank.
No. Actually, I don't think you need to feel threatened by a guy named Meat Beater.
Not Meat Beater, but Tank Edelstein, Tank Silverman,
no
anything.
The guy's named Tank.
Just run if the guy's named Tank.
Anybody with the middle name The.
Exactly. Very good, Justin. Okay.
Thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you for your call, man. Let's talk to Veronica, calling from San Jose.
Hello, guys.
Hello.
Well, my question has to do with me and my boyfriend. We've been trying to have sex, but he has a problem and he can't get it up. And he says he really wants to, and there's nothing wrong with me, but we've tried a couple times and just can't get it up. And
has he ever had an erection before?
Has he ever had one before?
Right.
Not with me. I mean, he says it's never been a problem before,
Okay,
but...
so he's had sex with other people.
One person.
One other person. There was no problem there.
No.
Is he on any medications?
Something for his allergies or something.
Guess what? That can definitely affect, most allergy medicines can affect sexual functioning.
Boy, is he happy to hear that.
Yeah.
That's going to be the best news he's had all week.
Yeah, and the problem, though, is that now that this has happened, he's going to be terribly anxious about the potential for it happening again, and just that anxiety is actually enough to cause it to happen again. So you've got to be very reassuring to him, to create a non-anxiety provoking situation, and have him stop his allergy medicines for a couple of days.
So you gotta put it to him straight. Do you want clogged sinuses or a boner? That's really how you have to put it to him.
Tell him Adam said that. Okay?
What is a good medication, just a brand name, that I could use in case I run into this?
I don't know. He takes shots. I don't.
Shots.
Yeah.
Well, now wait a minute. Shots, if it's desensitization, shouldn't do this. So, you got to just, again, my advice is the same, though, in either case, because he's going to be pretty uptight about the potential for this happening. And you've got to find ways to reduce his anxiety, because if he's nervous about it, if he's anxious, it's going to keep happening. Okay?
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
And he did the classic mistake of, this has never happened to me before line, which has to drive women insane.
I'm really tired.
Yeah, use something, but don't say this has never happened to me before, because you're going to make them feel horrible.
What if it never has happened before?
Look, I've now given all males the perfect out.
What?
I'm on allergy. I'm on this allergy.
I'm on allergy.
I'm
on allergy medication. That is what you use if you can't have an erection.
Just have to stop that stuff.
I'll try it tonight. 1-800-LOVE-191 is the number. 1-800-568-3191. The show is called Loveline. Please keep the calls coming. If they're busy, and they probably are because the lines are pretty flooded right now, keep on trying to call. Of course, faxes come to us at 310-854-4455, and we will be back with more Loveline.
Guess what?
What?
It's really easy to stay up to date on everything that happens on this and all your favorite Podcast One shows.
Nice.
Just follow us at Podcast One on Twitter. Or you can see what we're up to firsthand on Facebook and Instagram. New show releases, special guests, crazy stuff, and everything you want or need to know at Podcast One. Oh yeah, and make sure you slide over to iTunes and subscribe to this show ASAP. That way you get them delivered to you as soon as they hit the shelves.
Okay.
And of course, you can always get all the scoop you need at podcastone.com. That's podcastone.com.
The show is called Loveline. 1-800-LOVE-191 is the number. That's 1-800-568-3191. I'm Ricky Rackman with Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla. We are taking your calls about love and relationships and sex and questions and maybe drugs. And being Sunday, we'll talk about
whatever.
Talk about, hockey season started this week. So I got to go to the Kings game. Kings were playing Colorado Avalanche, brand new team. So Ann made a phone call and said, hey, Ricky wants to go to the Kings game, and called the Kings, and it was great, and I got to go. I sat in the very last row. At first there were tickets, and it was like, hey, the LA Kings, because I decided, I was a Ranger fan when they won the Cup. I went to the Stanley Cup games. I'm big hockey. Used to have season tickets for the Kings for 4 years, big fan. So I figured this lady either really likes hockey, either really likes Loveline or really hates Loveline.
Yeah.
But actually it was great. Sat in the very, very last row.
On the Zamboni.
I was cleaning up but it was still fun. I still had fun. I actually had a great time.
That kind of ruins the whole comp thing, though, doesn't it? It ruins that whole sort of throw your weight around, get a comp.
I wouldn't mind buying them, buying them to sit in the last row. 'Cause that's where the real hockey fans are anyway, not all the celebrities,
Right.
I sit up back there, but to say, hey, got some comp tickets from the Kings, and sat in the very last row.
Right.
And, the first two rows in front of me were empty.
Oh.
Let's go to Ann from Stockton. Ann, you are on Loveline.
Hi, guys.
Hi, girl.
I wanted to know, what's the best way to give a Hummer without, choking on it? Because the times that I've done it, it's I almost barf on the guy.
Has your boyfriend complained? Well, barfing, I guess, would maybe give a little complaint there.
Well, it's my mouth is really small, and every time I do it, it's I feel like I'm going to...
That's a tremendous asset, by the way, as a male.
Right.
A small mouth. Because it's a proportional thing. You look like you have a tremendous penis when you're with a woman with a small mouth. As opposed to, someone with a tremendous mouth, which just makes your penis look, dwarfs your penis.
Okay, like if you were with a Sandra Bernhardt or something like that.
Could you imagine?
You'd look like you'd have
like
Pinsky.
clean her teeth. It'd be like after a steak dinner. It'd be horrible.
How do I keep from gagging?
Hey, Ann, if you're feeling uncomfortable, like taking it really deep or something like that, then don't do it that way. And relax. And just use your hands or whatever. I mean, I don't know. I haven't really ever done one myself. I've always been on the receiving end. Take it, Drew.
Remember what I had told a couple callers back, that you can get sexually transmitted diseases, including AIDS, through oral sex, okay?
Okay.
So condoms are a important thing to practice.
Right.
Well, how did Ebony and Ivory do it to you, Adam?
Oh.
Now that you asked. And there are movies, and stuff where the girls can relax their throat muscles.
No,
and
guys,
do the whole
come on.
thing.
Okay, relax here.
Well,
Since you brought up the movie, I've heard there are these movies.
I got to tell you, Ann, when two women were took enough pity on me to do that, it's really, you don't get, critiquing would be in bad taste. It really would. It really would. But they did a fine job. And, actually, the good thing about two women, by the way, for those of you who haven't experienced this phenomenon, is
like everybody,
a little competition evolves. You know what I'm saying? It's a natural competition, but a competition. It's a one-upmanship, if you will.
You are Sir Adam.
Thank you, and mahalo.
Thank you, Ann. And you guys?
What?
I don't know.
What do you think they call the show Loveline, Doc?
All right.
Call it Suckline.
Next call, please, please.
Call Serena. Hey, Serena, you're on Loveline.
I have a comment about the pregnancy test you were talking about with the needle and the thread.
What kind of funky accent do you have?
I'm British.
Wow, I like that.
What, British?
Yeah.
And
I'd like to have her answer the last call.
I thought Ricky said it was something to do with the gender of the child.
Yeah, it has to do with the gender of the child. My mom actually does this.
What is it, and what is it?
You take a thread and then you put the needle on and you dangle it over the pregnant woman's stomach. And if the needle if it starts moving in a circular motion, then it's supposed to be a girl. But if the needle starts moving up and down, it's supposed to be a boy.
And how far along do they have to be in order to try this test?
I think it's supposed to be, after 5 months.
See, now, as crazy as this sounds, Dr. Drew, and I know you're just thinking this is another dumb, voodoo witchcraft thing. Serena, has it worked like most times that you've...
It's worked. My mom's done it.
Mm-hmm. So I've heard the same thing,
How many
Drew.
times has she done it?
How many times have you done it? Oh, my mom says it's 3 to 4 months. You have to be 3 to 4 months.
How many times has she done it?
My sister did it, I think.
She's done it 4 times, and she's been right every
4 times.
I mean, you only have a 1 in 2
do it another, do another 20 times or so, and then tell me what the numbers are.
Serena, let me tell you something about the medical.
Flip a coin 4 times and see if it doesn't come up heads 4 times in a row once in a while.
It's still kind of interesting, though.
It is interesting.
The medical community does not want us to find out about the truth because they won't make their precious money.
Exactly.
Because you know what they're going to do, Serena?
What?
Is that they're going to do is take all of those needles off the market, and then when you want the needle and thread sex device, it'll cost you $1,200.
That's right. That's right. Gouging the system. That's why this country's going under. Nothing wrong with a little homeopathic medicine.
So my mother, she could patent this method, and she could become really.
Not so, because I brought it up already, Serena.
Try to keep her job just in case.
Which is a witch. Let's speak with Josh from Tracy, California. Josh.
Yeah.
Hey.
I had a question. It takes me a long time to have orgasm, like an hour to an hour and 25 minutes.
Are you on any medications?
No, but I did have multiple sclerosis.
Oh, sure. Oh, absolutely. Was it sort of a relapsing, remitting kind of MS?
No, I've had about 5 or 6 attacks.
But has it left you with increasing levels of disability, or has it just left you normal?
No, I have my fingers in my right hand are numb.
Okay, so you've had several attacks, and each attack sort of leaves you with some little residual neurologic stuff. Oh, yeah, definitely. Absolutely.
So is there something you can do about that?
Perhaps. You would want to see an endocrinologist about it, or a neurologist. There's a few things that probably could be done. There's things like Yohimbe you could take. That sometimes if your circulating testosterone levels are down, they can supplement that. If it's something purely neurologic, there are things that might be able to help you out. Is there any problem sustaining erection?
None whatsoever.
Okay. So you need to talk to your neurologist about it. I mean, there may not be much that really changes things substantially, though, unless they find some endocrine problem. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Thanks.
Right now, let's go to Larry from Buena Vista. Remember, they stop at every sex shop and video liquidators to do a little...
That's right.
It's called the...
Oh, yeah. And you need the Gatorade.
We'll be back. Line 1-800-LOVE-191. Call us 1-800-568-3191. Or fax us, if you must, at area code 310-854-4455. And I'm Ricky Rackman with Dr. Drew, board-certified internist and addiction medicine specialist, and the great Sir Adam.
I think this is going to catch on, this moniker, Ricky.
What?
I think people are going to start calling me Sir Adam until I die.
Just so you know, it'll take, how long, Drew? About 2 days.
Before you forget?
No, before everybody's calling. Because with Anilo, our lovely producer Anilo, when I started saying Anilo, and now it's like everybody's like, yes, I have a question for Anilo. I have a question for Anilo. When we called Scott, that does our board, and we called him Bonehead, it was like Bonehead. Right. Everybody started calling him
Ricky,
Bonehead.
You have your finger on the pulse of the nation. I mean, you came up with Here Come the Judge and Where's the Beef, too, didn't you?
Keep on Trucking?
That was yours?
Mine.
Wow.
That was mine. I was 2.
A prodigy.
Yeah. That was me. And the one beautiful thing about Sunday, and especially because it's a full moon and everybody's sick out there tonight, you can ask us anything you want. And, of course, this I would imagine would be a fax dedicated to Sir Adam. Dear Loveline, it is Loveline. We take your love calls. Is it bad for my car's engine if I downshift to slow the car down instead of using the brakes? Andy from Agora.
No, absolutely not. You should be doing that. Absolutely. I mean, it's going to make your brakes last that much longer. The only thing it could be bad on is the clutch. If you're hanging on the clutch, you're riding the clutch a lot, your clutch could wear out a lot faster. So just shift quickly and shift precisely. All right.
And never downshift into first.
Oh, yeah, not into first. You have to be still. It's like reverse, too.
See?
First and reverse. And a granny gear.
We can do it all here. Tony from Riverbank, you're on Loveline.
Hey, how's it going, Ricky?
Hey, Tony, how are you?
Great, man. I miss your show so much on MTV.
Oh, yeah, that makes one of us.
You're crazy. Hey, hi, guys. How's it going, Drew?
Good, Tony.
Good. I actually have a comment. Last week, you guys were talking about some guy called and you asked him, do you smoke marijuana? He's all, no, I don't do that, man. It's not cool. And you guys were, like, down upon him for that. And I was like, are you guys against it? Because, like, there's some people who, work hard and smoke marijuana, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Right, and I cannot argue with people who say that people should be allowed to use marijuana occasionally, because, in fact, it's probably no worse, or at least not much worse than, say, alcohol. However, there is a subset of individuals who clearly are addicted to marijuana. I mean, there's a very serious form of addiction.
Biologically, not physically.
The whole notion of an emotional addiction has no meaning to me. Okay. You're either addicted or you're not. And addiction is a biological process. And it's primarily alcoholics and a subset of alcoholics who have the potential to become marijuana addicts. And those people do get a lot of neurologic symptoms and psychiatric symptoms, depression, problems with memory and whatnot. And they get a kind of a quality to their voice and laughter that we picked up in this guy. And that's
which
why
we don't pick up in Tony.
Right, we don't pick up in you, Tony.
Spicoli syndrome.
Spicoli?
Syndrome.
What's that?
Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Spicoli.
I'm just really nervous.
No. It's just that you'll listen to the show. It's easy to pick up on. I mean, it's
they laugh like this again. No, how do they?
Yeah, that's it.
Like that.
That's it.
Yeah.
Not like
Fran Drescher, big pot smoker, by the way. Although, Drew, see, I'm going to take issue with you because I think you're better off sitting home smoking pot than you are sitting home drinking.
Very much.
Because when you get drunk, then you go out and you start kicking butt.
Yep.
And you drive your car into other people.
In fact, they've done studies on the police are right now reporting that marijuana is a very serious cause of accidents. Okay, it's not quite as bad as alcohol, but they're concerned that it's very serious.
Driving with the car cover on.
But
going 14 miles an hour in the freeway and having people get in accidents, flicking them off and passing them.
If you want to assess the impact on society at large, I'm not sure I could...
Booze, much worse.
Yeah.
Much more aggressive. People become aggressive when they're drunk. People become passive when they're stoned. Right. I'm not condoning either one.
You got to understand that, for instance, I'm told right now that the police tend to look the other way somewhat at, police, particularly in New York City, apparently, I'm told.
At everything.
They turn the other way when people are using heroin. But they're cracking down on speed because that makes people violent, and that's the one that they're trying to... But heroin, they're letting that kind of go.
It bothers me, though.
That's fine.
But people tend to think that all drugs are the same, that if you smoke pot, you're just as bad as a crack. Somebody's addicted to crack.
Well, if you're a marijuana addict, you have the potential to be addicted to all the kinds of drugs that we commonly talk about as from addiction. And usually a marijuana addict, somewhere between 1 and 10 years, will sort of lose the euphoric effects of the marijuana, and today will usually graduate to a stimulant.
Oh, like a methamphetamine?
Like
type?
speed, exactly.
Oh, I tried that. It was no good for me.
All right, I'm glad.
Hey, Tony.
Yes, sir.
So you smoke dope a lot, right?
Every day.
Okay.
Oops.
And well, now let me just ask you another question,
No
okay?
problem. I have no problem.
And you liked my old MTV show, right?
Loved it, especially when you and Ozzy were in Louisiana. Love that.
New Orleans. Now, Tony, let me ask you another question. Did you ever videotape the show?
Oh, man, I'm not quite sure.
Well, if you find somebody that has a videotape of the show, try watching it when you're not on pot. You'll see that show really sucked, okay?
You didn't like Ozzy?
No, I love Ozzy, but didn't like the show. Thanks for calling, Tony.
All right, take it easy, guys.
This is Loveline on
Radio
Station
91X. Doing that Ozzy show that I taped in New Orleans, and it's coming on to Halloween, and New Orleans makes me think of Halloween, and this Halloween I'm excited. We're going to start feeling very Halloween-ish, and tomorrow to start it, we have Elvira on Loveline.
Nice segue.
So cool.
That
See
was
that?
good. Yeah,
Now that
Halloween-ish segue.
or was that too long?
No, that was perfect length.
Because we're new to the big time radio thing, and I'm trying to,
No, it was silky smooth.
So right now would have been a good time to go into like the Monster Mash, right?
Right.
Okay.
And I would say, Ricky, here's another segue. Ricky, your show was better than people said it was. You get no respect. That's your problem. No respect.
No respect?
Yes.
You know, it's funny you should mention no respect.
Why is that?
Because Rodney Dangerfield is on the night after Elvira.
Hell no.
Had a sandwich earlier.
Who's the fourth? What kind was it?
Funny you should ask. A Reuben.
Wow.
And now we're talking to Reuben from Culver City.
Reuben. Go right ahead, please. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Drew never does.
I was wondering if you smoke stems and seeds of bud, if it makes you stimulant.
Makes you what?
Stimulant.
Okay, let me just do the truth. Okay, remember we were talking about like that last call was named David?
Right.
David's the guy that, he smokes a lot of dope. But
Tony, that's
Tony, I'm sorry, talking about that memory loss. Tony seemed like the type of guy that maybe wasn't addicted, doesn't have a real problem with pot, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, on the other hand...
Oh, I mean sterile, sorry.
Oh. Laugh for me one time, Reuben.
Not funny.
Reuben, this question has been brought to me many times. I have no idea where that comes from. It has nothing to do with anything I've ever heard. Marijuana can definitely raise your circulating estrogen levels and possibly suppress your testosterone levels. It can create breast enlargement in young males and may decrease your sperm count, but it doesn't render you sterile, and I don't think the seeds have anything to do with it. Okay?
All right.
All right.
So it puts more estrogen into you, or release? Yeah. What do you have estrogen in you normally?
Yeah, oh yeah, males have estrogen, but it actually, if I don't remember the exact mechanism, but I think it increases the adrenal glands production.
Where is my estrogen? I mean, if you had to point. No, don't touch me, but
in your hair.
It's just everywhere?
Yeah.
But where's the estrogen bank? Where's it coming from?
Adrenal gland.
Oh, in your back?
From my back?
Yeah.
But I got so much hair there.
Well,
isn't estrogen something you want in your hair?
Adam has no estrogen.
Isn't estrogen something you want in your hair?
Yes.
You want estrogen in your hair.
It grows.
Well, hold on, Ricky. Let me work up the message.
I don't have hair on my back, though.
No.
Adam does.
No, you guys are confused.
No, I have it on my butt. There's a big difference.
So does he have estrogen on his butt?
No, forget it. Let's go on.
Okay, this is Kim from Lemoore. Kim, you're on Loveline.
Hi, I had a question about that STD transmittal thing from oral sex.
Yeah, Kim, go ahead.
It had to do, I read an article, and it said that the CDC stated that you cannot get AIDS from oral sex due to the protein enzyme in the saliva breaking it down. Can you confirm that or deny that?
Wow.
Because I told somebody, oh, yeah, you can't get AIDS from that, and now I'm thinking, oh, no, maybe you can.
As I understand these reports, that indeed the mouth is a very inhospitable environment for the AIDS virus. But the esophagus, if it gets past the mouth, the esophagus may be an environment where it could be absorbed.
Okay.
So if something is...
if it got absorbed there, then it could transfer on.
Right, so if you're swallowing stuff, you could perhaps...
Because I'm not really like...
The other thing is if you have a cut in your mouth, there's bleeding gums.
Absolutely, I understand that, but as far as like... Well,
No, the mouth is not an environment where it's likely to survive.
So you're denying it then?
In fact, early on...
There's a possibility that you're denying it then, right?
I'm not denying. I'm saying that oral sex is a potential route of transmission.
Okay.
I'm not denying what you're saying. I think what you're saying is accurate. The mouth is an environment. In fact, very early on, when we just after we stopped calling AIDS GRIDS, we used to call it gay-related intestinal disease syndrome. It used to be called GRID.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I thought that was that magazine you sold when you were a kid.
That was GRIT.
Oh, really?
But
Grit, I thought that was the stuff people ate.
People did there was a study done.
Speaking of ate,
I read over 10 years ago where they took AIDS virus. They were studying these on chimpanzees and monkeys, and they would swab the virus on the vaginal membrane, and the virus would penetrate every time. But when they put that same virus and put it in the mouth, there was never any evidence of virus transmission.
Okay, so that you're thinking, I'm thinking, because I took physiology in college, and I'm thinking, well, maybe it's the enzyme that's in the saliva that's
it's actually it's a pH, and it's the environment is just inhospitable to the virus. Okay.
Okay, so I shouldn't go around. So what should I do? So should I?
Any body fluid transmission is always a potential route of transmission for viral sexually transmitted disease.
And plus the possibility of the sores, right?
Right. Just stay with thinking of body fluid exposure.
So they stuck the disease in monkeys' mouths?
Yes.
Monkeys have hair in their mouth, right?
Are you going to ask me if they have estrogen in their mouth?
Yeah, is that estrogen levels in their cheeks?
No, they did it in their vagina, too, right?
The monkeys?
Right, monkeys
Yeah.
have vagina.
Now, there's a job. You take this cotton swab and go over there to Bobo and work her crotch over with it. Yeah, sure, why not? Boy, Cub reporter Kim, could you believe? How would you like to date this Kim? She would give you the 5th degree before you even got your shorts off.
Right. Let me see if I can go down on you. You know, recent studies say, let's talk to old David from Carson. David, you're on Loveline. What's up, man?
What's up? Okay, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not a question. I mean, I want for you guys to help me out here. Okay, I have this boyfriend, and he's actually starting to like girls and stuff.
Ooh.
So I wanted for you guys like to give me some advice, cause I don't know, it just pisses me off and stuff.
You want to bring him back?
Yeah.
To the dark side?
Yeah, because I guess I don't know. I guess I gross him out or something.
Well, how do you know he's beginning to like girls?
Because he like stares at their like behinds.
Right.
And then
don't you?
No.
When you're a guy and you like guys, what do you stare at?
Their chest.
Their chest.
Yeah.
Now,
he's not like yours, not real.
What do you mean? You mean so when? All right, this is your boyfriend.
Yeah.
And is he calling himself bi or is he gay?
Well, he did. Bi.
Now he said bye to bi and hate a gay or what?
Well, I don't. I guess no. Before he was like, I guess gay, and then now I guess he's like not even bi. I think he's hetero, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, that's gross.
Don't you think
Yeah, breeders.
Ew,
Hate all of them.
nasty.
But that sucks, don't you think?
Well, not anymore.
It does because, I mean, I like talk to him and stuff, and he just changes conversation.
All right, David, if you're going to have a relationship with a guy, you got to find out, you know, whether maybe there's a possibility he's just not into you.
It's probably because of what people tell him about me and stuff.
What do they say?
Well, remember, you guys, I had a call before, like, 2 months ago.
Oh, yeah.
And then I had said that I had sex with a rock.
With a what?
A rock?
Yeah.
A rock?
Rottweiler, you know.
Rottweiler?
Oh, rock? Oh, because
Here we go.
You had sex with a Rottweiler?
Yeah, I mean, it's just normal, I think.
No, David, no.
Wait a minute.
Hey, David, hey. Here's David. David's a pipe smoker. He's got his friend that's a boyfriend, right? David's got it.
And then remember Billy.
Wait, David, shush. Quiet for a second, bro. David's got his boyfriend, okay? He's thinking, hey, all of a sudden, the guy is going to the other side, and his boyfriend starts liking girls. Dave doesn't know what it is. Could it be that you're boning Lassie? He doesn't turn him on anymore? Could that be it, David?
Yeah, but
it's not normal to have sex with a dog.
Also abusive.
Not that, you know.
For the dog.
I mean, remember when you were like, and remember when Billy had a call like a month ago, and then he had said that I want to dress in drag?
No, listen, David.
Puts little skirts on the dog.
Please, this is Adam. This is the voice of reason. First off, if you're going to have sex with a dog, you start off with a Shih Tzu. You don't go
you can't
to a
sit on the
Rottweiler. You just don't start with a Rottweiler, because if a Rottweiler turns on you, you do not want to have your penis out in front of a Rottweiler.
Actually, he should.
Well, you deserve it.
The Rottweiler will turn
You
on
deserve it. Listen, you have to talk to this guy and find out what's going on. We cannot gauge whether this guy is gay, straight, or, heterosexual.
And it doesn't really matter. It's just the relationship is over and it's bumming him out. He needs to end the relationship, make his peace with it, and go on with his life.
I say volunteer over at the kennel
That's the place we want to keep them away from.
Grab a 12-pack and break into the kennel.
You know, something that I might want to mention that's kind of interesting. Last Halloween, if you remember on Loveline, we had Vicky and Raymond on. Okay?
Yeah, right.
Now, this is before Sir Adam was with us on Loveline. Now, Vicky and Raymond, who I hope they're listening, and I'm even going to tell Anilo after the show, maybe we got to get them back on. This is interesting. Vicky and Raymond were two twin boys, okay? Both gay, but Vicky is a transsexual and is getting the whole operation, okay? So I'm watching Talk Soup, right? And one of those TV shows are on. They're both on it. Vicky is getting married to a straight guy.
Wow, interesting.
And Raymond is like all freaked out. So, and let's call them up, or if you guys are listening, guy, girl, are listening, they were really cool. We'll try to get Vicky and Ray and bring people up to date with what's going on.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of hurt that they didn't call us or invite us to the wedding or anything.
Let's come back down to earth here and talk to Joe. All right?
Hello, Joe.
Hey, what's up, Dr. Drew,
Hey, Joe.
Adam, and Ricky?
Hey.
What's going on, guys? Well, I've got a little problem. I've been seeing this girl for about a week or two or something like that. But when we met, she was living with a friend of mine. And, you know, they broke up after a while because he kind of ruined her life. But that's beside the point.
Bring it home, Joe.
Joe, it's a 2-hour show, Joe. We got to move along.
Well, I'm kind of boning her, and I don't got any feelings for her. I don't know what she's moving in about a week, and I don't know whether to tell her or...
Yeah, let me get this right. She's been your girlfriend?
Well, sort of seeing her.
For like a couple of weeks.
And you're
Well, not really going out with her, just sort of seeing her.
having sex with her?
He's having sex with her. And she's moving.
She's moving.
How far away is she moving?
Across the country.
And she's not taking your penis with her, is she?
No.
All right, then. Be nice to her until she has to leave. Don't make any promises, and she's out the door.
She's coming back. In like a few months after she moves.
All right, but why look down the road so far?
But Joe, don't swear your love to her, undying love to her. I think you tell her that you're going to see other people when she's out there, and that will sort of start things separating. I think. I think don't say anything that commits you to her.
How old are you, Joe?
I'm 18.
All right, 2 months is a lifetime to an 18-year-old. How old is she?
She's 18.
All right, if you just be polite, don't make any promises, part your ways, 2 months will go by, she won't be able to even remember your name.
Bob, you're on Loveline. What's up, man?
No, nothing much, man. Just trying to get into you guys for the last 3 days.
Well, you're here now.
Oh,
Use
that's
it.
good. I got a question. I was watching a music channel, and I seen that new Red Hot Chili Pepper video, man.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, it's really bad. I see Anthony Kiedis, I guess the other guitar player, they're making out.
Dave Navarro.
Yeah, what's going on with that?
Well, let me tell you something, okay? Most guys, I find, love the idea of seeing women kissing women, okay?
Right.
Yeah.
Guys
healthy.
Don't like the idea of seeing guys kiss guys, okay? Most women, well, I shouldn't say most. Some women think, I guess it's all right to see women kissing each other, but they don't even think, like, they dig the whole guy kissing guy thing.
Yeah.
So I'm kicking back, okay? I'm watching that video with my wife. We're sitting there. The video's on, okay? And I'm sitting there, and I know both of I know Anthony and I know David. So I'm watching the video, and I'm going, wow, they were kissing each other. Yikes. And I'm looking at her, and she's like, yeah, way to play that video again. Girls, because women find both of those guys totally sexy.
So you think she wasn't just reacting because she wanted to even the score sexually, or she really enjoyed it?
I think she enjoyed seeing both those guys kissing each other.
Oh,
It bummed
really?
me out. It made me kind of sick. But you know what? I don't know if both of those guys are, like, fruity as much as they did it just kind of to shock each other,
Do you
or
think
shock
it's
people.
publicity?
No, they don't have to. These guys are huge. I think both of those guys. I mean, Dave did it in. He was in Jane's Addiction, and he did it in Jane's Addiction videos too. I think they just like to kiss each other and blow people away, and I don't think it was such a big thing.
And
I mean,
Ricky, it's something that bands have been doing for a long time.
No,
like,
they haven't.
Oh, yes. Like Guy Lombardo used to make out with his orchestra. I'm serious. Les Brown? Sure. Oh, yeah. He French kissed like the oboe player once.
Yeah, but not in their rock video.
Well, they didn't have videos back then. They just had Super 8.
Hey, you know what, Rob?
Yeah.
Now, do you think it should have been edited out?
Yeah, because that kind of like destroyed the image to me. I mean, I like Red Hots are real strong and everything.
They still are.
They show something like that. That's kind of like, you know, I mean, coming out of the closet's different, but they did it on national TV.
Hey, they didn't even say they were gay. They were just kissing each other.
Yeah.
When I see guys kissing each other, do I not like it? Hey, for me personally, I don't dig watching it, but I don't think they should take it out, and I think it's okay if you want to put that in a video.
Rob, here should be your approach to homosexuality. More chicks for Rob. That's the way you got to look at it, Rob. More chicks for you, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
And just think about it. How many girls do you know that love Dave Navarro and love Anthony?
Oh, yeah. Everybody does.
Well, maybe those girls might not...
Guys like them now, too, I guess.
Well, there you go.
Actually, Adam off the air was telling me about a friend of his today.
Yes.
Those guys get more chicks.
Gay friend of mine?
Right.
Yeah. You're not the same thing, are you? He goes, I don't know, he's always pretty unprofessional, and I'm going to have to, you know, talk to people, and I think you guys pretty much get your jobs goodbye. And I was just like...
Well, Joey, I mean, I don't want to say you're not a good worker, but not only, I mean, you're at work, you're boning, you get caught by your boss, and then tonight... You've been on hold for an hour talking a talk radio show at work. I mean, I'm not saying I'm glad you did call us tonight, but I would think that your boss would have every reason to fire you.
The worst part is, it was the boss's wife.
Boss's wife?
Oh, well, just, you know. Thank you.
Yeah.
Joey, do you like your job?
Yeah, I like my job.
It's time to kiss ass.
Am I a kiss ass?
No, become a kiss ass.
I'm a kiss ass.
Yeah, become a kiss ass or look for another job.
Why don't you blow your supervisor in the store?
That'd be kind of interesting.
Good night, Joey.
Right.
Let's speak with Dre. Dre, you're on Loveline.
Whoa. Hey, what's up, man?
Whoa.
You mocking me?
I don't have the time for that. Let's who's on hold for like an hour. Carl from Long Beach, you're on Loveline.
Hi, how you doing?
Should we go around the table?
Yeah, you start.
By myself or with a partner?
With a partner.
Weirdest place? You go first.
No, you go first. You go first.
Drew is not going to even answer this question. We'll ask Anilo. Anilo, our producer. Anilo, where's the strangest place you ever had sex?
The beach. Nothing.
The beach?
Yeah.
You had it at the beach?
Yeah, nothing exciting.
On the sand?
Sand crabs.
Yeah. Sand crabs. What about you, Adam?
Concentration camp in Germany in the late 40s. I'm serious. This is I know it sounds pathetic, but really, like, my sofa.
Wow, that's strange.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Honestly, no joke aside, that's the strangest place you've ever had sex.
Where was the sofa at the time?
The sofa was on Mars. No, in a car or something. I don't like that. It's too much distraction. I don't want to do it in an elevator. I don't want to get caught. You know
I did it in an elevator. It had its ups and downs. You know, I did, oh, thank you. I did actually do an elevator. I was thinking of the strangest place. I don't know. I got a bunch of pretty strange ones.
You ever done it in a plane?
Stable. No, I haven't done it in the plane. I haven't. That's very good.
You know what? There's this company.
Floor of a disco.
There's a company in Santa Monica called Mile High Adventures.
I know.
And I did it.
That's all over the whole.
Oh, they have this company. Oh yeah, I did it. It was the best. I did it last Valentine's Day.
With someone else?
You know, I'm going to go up in a plane by myself and jerk off and spend $200 to jerk off.
And where's the captain and everything while this is
There's
going
a
on?
partition. There was a partition, and you can't see him. And it's the weirdest thing.
With little
let me tell you
holes.
something about this place, okay? This is awesome. You go there, and you meet him on the runway, and it's this little plane, and the whole captain's thing is covered up by this little wall. And then when he opens the back door, it's a little plane. All it is like this down bed with a blanket, with champagne, chocolate-covered strawberries, music. But it's like there's no seats. It's like, it's obviously, this guy knows you guys are going to go bone,
Do you have to take your own girl, or do they supply one?
They didn't supply that up.
Oh.
And
for $200?
It was awesome. I mean,
hey, Divine Brown's only 40.
The fact I was done before we hit elevation was one thing, and then then the next of the whole flight's 40 minutes. What am I going to do for the other 35 minutes?
So you're in the 3/4 mile high club.
What?
You're in the 3/4 mile high club.
The wheels weren't even up before I was done. Okay.
You're in the 3 feet club.
What about you, Marty?
Well, my friends, I think the weirdest place I ever did it was like in the pet store
With
my boyfriend.
Oh, good.
No
not
pets.
with a dog or anything.
Was the pet store? What? Does he work at a pet store?
No, we were just like looking for a present for his sister.
You mean the pet store was open and occupied?
Yeah.
Wow.
Explain this, Marty.
Not in front of the hamsters, I hope.
Marty, explain this.
Well, we were in the downstairs section where the lizards and the birds are.
Oh, great.
Lizards always do it for me.
And, well,
Weren't there people walking around?
Oh, no, this was like a slow day.
Everybody's walking around wondering why the lizards all have boners like for the next hour and a half.
I don't get this story, Marty.
Why not?
You guys are boning down in the middle of, and anybody could walk downstairs and see you guys there. Were you on the floor? Were you standing up, pressed against the glass? Put them on the glass.
No, we were against the wall.
Okay, thanks for your call.
Let's speak with Lee. Lee, you are on Loveline. Hey, Lee. Say hello to Cassandra Peterson, a.k.a. Elvira.
Hello, Cassandra.
Hey, Lee.
Okay, I live in series, and me and my brother are twins, and we have a little stepbrother. And every night, he is always jerking off during the day, and then we can't bring no friends over to, just kick back. So I was wondering what I could do.
Wait, you can't bring your friends over because your brother's always jerking off?
Yeah, his name is Daniel.
Huh?
His name is Daniel.
How old is he?
He's 14.
Wow, in front of your friends?
No, we go back.
What if you walk in the room?
Huh?
What if you walk in the room?
Beat the crap out of him.
Oh,
nice. Why didn't you say, hey, don't jerk off, my friends are coming over?
He don't care.
And he'll just jerk in front of your friends?
Yeah, he will. He's done before.
In front of friends.
He's a little pervert.
Well, he needs some help.
He is a pervert.
Yeah, there's something wrong. I mean,
Whoa.
you don't beat him up because of that. And maybe can you tell your mom or dad?
They know.
They know that little bro jerks off in the room and everybody comes home and he's like,
There's something
they talked to him about it.
Hi, Lee.
Lee, there's something wrong there. There's something really wrong. That's
Were you
not
that
funny.
way when he was 14? Were you that way?
No.
When you were 14?
Not that damn much.
Oh, sure, in your perspective.
At least it's not. If somebody is that inappropriate, it's just something's wrong. And the poor guy needs help. It's not something to be disparaged. It's something that needs to be. You need to help him with. And if your parents can't do it,
well, Drew, I think let me intervene here. I mean, you have your field of expertise, Lee. This happened to me once when I was 17. My parents called it intervention, and the way that works is just a bunch of friends, family members show up at the house one day, and they just call him out into the living room, and they all just, put on a pot of coffee and just confront him about this in front of God and everyone.
And say,
we love you very much, but we love you first and your penis second, and we think you have a problem, and we just want to run interference between you and the masturbation thing, and it's got to stop. End the madness. Intervention.
And the insanity.
And the insanity now.
But you can do that, Lee, and that would be a nice way, about a healthier way of handling this problem.
Yeah, don't beat the crap out of him, okay?
But wait a minute. You had an intervention when you were 17.
Yeah, a group called MAM, Mothers Against Masturbation. Drew, did you believe that whole line of crap?
Well, it's a real...
Are you kidding? My folks still don't know I masturbate.
Nor should they.
Nor should they. I kept it well hidden
now.
like everybody else should. I don't know what this guy's advertising for. He should be humiliated.
You know what he is? He's trying to burn his little brother, and he's making up a story.
Yeah, obviously.
And his brother is listening to the radio at someone else's house.
Jerking off. 1-800-LOVE-191, 1-800-568-3191. Ricky Rackman, Dr. Drew, and Sir Adam Carolla. And joined this evening with Cassandra Peterson, a.k.a. Elvira, who's going to have a word that you can guess. I love eating women is the word. And I was curious about ways that might make it safer to do that. Can you gargle with something, or maybe eat a ham sandwich and have that kill the virus on the way down?
Explain to me the ham sandwich illusion here. What?
Well,
Don't understand.
There's a spam theory, Drew.
I'm listening.
Documented in many of the medical journals.
Yes, of course.
Aren't you hip to it, Dr. Drew?
No, I'm listening. Just quote the
tryptophan in the
Yeah, I thought it was the jelly on the side of the ham.
Well, that's.
But ham is not the same as spam, though, is it? Ham doesn't work the same way as the spam, though.
Well, the ham is in the spam family, yes.
Oh.
And anyway, like I was saying, the tryptophan that's involved with the
ham and the spam.
Right. It sounds like Dr. Seuss over here. It kills the herpesvirus.
Yeah. And
now Drew's going to tell you his story, which I'm sure everybody listens and uses, of the oral dam.
Yeah, I mean, you can't. There isn't. If there was something simple that could be done,
we'd all be eating it.
Yeah, I mean, for goodness sakes, you know about it already. The fact is, if you are exposed to body fluid, you can transmit these viral diseases. The way to avoid transmission is to avoid the contact. You can use barriers like a condom, you can use a dental dam, this sort of thing, and that's it.
Explain the dental dam.
It's just like a sheet of latex, basically. You can create your own if you want. If you take a dry condom and cut off the tip, and then cut along the long axis. Am I explaining this
What
well?
about saran wrap?
I just don't think it.
You can use saran wrap?
I'm not sure if you actually can.
Yeah, a good tongue, you'll rip right through that stuff.
Aluminum foil?
You really need latex. And the latex can, then you have a sheet of latex.
Neoprene.
Couldn't you put a tube sock on your head, too, and go at it?
Hey, you know what? We got to play commercials right now. We'll come back, we'll play an Elvira song. Secret membership. You're on Loveline.
Yeah, hi.
Real quick, bro.
Okay. Cassandra, by the way, saran wrap does work. Good hit, put a glove of lube underneath. You can go right on the clit for some people who can't stand it directly.
No, it doesn't penetrate, the viruses don't penetrate saran wrap?
No, the pore size is small enough. Manufacturers make it that way so it doesn't evaporate.
Good, thank you.
Don't guarantee it, but it does work.
Good.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks for the feedback.
You mentioned to a woman named Amanda quite a while ago, she complained about, or talked about, not being able to orgasm at a vibrator. That actually is fairly common. Amanda, congratulations. Women years ago thought they were inorgasmic. And if you manage to try all this stuff with your boyfriend, you're doing way better than most people around here.
Hold on. Watch your language, Andrew.
What?
Yeah,
Watch your language. You said the F word.
3 guys present here.
Andrew?
Anyway.
We messed up his rhythm.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Let me ask you a question. To the doctor.
Yeah.
The other day, I was, a friend of mine was, doing the F word to me, up the butt indeed, with a handle, a very nice whip I have.
See, that's why he recommends sticking it up the butt, because he likes that kind of stuff. Not all chicks like things rammed up there, Andrew.
They're very small, egg-shaped ones that work. We'll put up his butt. Anyway.
Andrew, what haven't you stuck up there?
Yeah, anyway.
They found the OJ murder weapon up there.
Anyway, the condom over this thing broke. And now I have all this yucky brown stuff, which I won't mention because that might be another swear word, all over the lovely braided handle. And I tried scrubbing it clean, but I still get a little faint odor to it.
Oh, my.
And the doctor have to know what you can do to clean off leather, because this thing is nice. I don't want to throw it out.
I have no
Soaking
idea.
it in baking soda and vinegar mixture usually
right?
works.
For leather?
Yeah, usually
I know
works.
we surgical instruments, you have to glutaraldehyde.
Always tell him to have a good...
vinegar on top?
Always tell him to take a good dump before you do that kind of stuff. You know, Andrew? Don't go out to dinner and then stick it up.
There are enzymatic...
I just didn't have time for enema, and, we didn't quite notice, because, if it's on your penis, you notice, but if it's not,
There are enzymatic cleaners out there, too, for surgical equipment and whatnot, that you can help take this kind of stuff off.
Let's all go out and have dinner right now. What do you think?
I'm starving.
Andrew, thanks a lot for your call, and what a perfect way to end this evening.
Oh, I'm glad I got that in.
Cassandra Peterson, a.k.a. Elvira, very busy month.
Very busy month for me, and don't forget I'll be in Denver on the 30th at the Labyrinth.
Okay.
For those of you in Colorado.
To ask you, okay, I had sex with my sister's boyfriend.
Ah, you bitch.
And I don't know if I'm pregnant or not.
Ah,
and my sister and I are like really close, and I just wanted
yeah. You'd do anything for her.
Make her boyfriend see God.
I just wanted to know what I should do. I mean, how should I tell her if I am pregnant or...
Gee. I'd like to ask a question first. We've had this problem before. Did you have sex with this guy because you really liked the guy or because you wanted to get back at your sister? Be honest.
Actually, I was kind of drunk, but I kind of liked him a little bit, but...
And it wasn't because you had some kind of vendetta with your sister?
No.
Because I don't believe that.
I swear to God, no. I would never do that to my sister.
What do you mean you would never? You did it. You did the worst thing you could possibly do to your sister. You boned her boyfriend. Well, I would never do that to my sister. Do you know how low and trashy that is?
Yeah.
Wait, no, let's try to have some empathy for Samantha.
How can I have empathy? She slept with her sisters. I always say you never do your friends' girls. You never do. It doesn't matter if they're like, shoving it in your face. You never do your friends' girls. Never. And this girl did her sister's boyfriend.
Well, let's ask the one
and she
question.
Doesn't care.
Well, no, she cares.
She cares because she's pregnant.
The one question is, did the guy command you?
No.
Okay.
Well, it was actually both.
I mean, how about the guy? It's not like he was uninvolved in this. This guy's driving a wedge between sisters.
No, but guys can't help it. They're weak by design.
And this guy's probably going to break up with her anyway, and this is her sister.
You've got to build that case for me. I mean, I don't quite buy that.
Well, how old's the guy?
21.
21. All right. The point is most 21-year-old men are pliable, emotionally and physically. They're weak. They have no moral fiber. Everyone wasn't like you, Drew. We weren't altar boys.
Yeah.
We take what we can get.
Samantha's chiming in. She thinks you're defensive.
Guys grow up their whole lives looking for sex, panhandling for sex, anywhere they can get it, and they can't turn away women.
You're confirming what I've always said, is that young women, on the other hand, are really looking for an emotional connection. They've actually experienced the physical act as an emotional experience.
Right.
And men can have no emotional contact.
Samantha was trying to screw over her sister, and this guy was trying to complete the sister sex thing, which is a fantasy that many men have. Like I did the Gabor sisters in the late 70s. I'm serious.
No, we don't doubt it, sir.
All right, talk to her about pregnancy.
Samantha?
Yeah.
When was your last period?
Like a few weeks ago.
A few weeks
like
ago.
A month.
A month ago. So you're late now.
Yeah.
And how long ago did you have sex with this guy?
Yeah, I'm not really sure. Like.
You know what? I'm getting an eerie feeling from Samantha. Either you really don't care about this, or you're making this up. Because anybody that has had sex with been in this situation would be very upset. I mean, even if you didn't care.
Unless you just trash.
It would be very disturbing. But I mean, to not care to the point of me not hearing any emotional content to you telling the story, it's hard for me to even buy the story. But we'll finish our discussion here real quick. So if it's been more than 2 weeks, get a home pregnancy test. If you are pregnant, call your private doctor. If you have one, that information will be confidential between you and your doctor.
You'll probably try to bone him.
You call Planned Parenthood. I'll give you a number for that. It's 1-800-230-PLAN, P-L-A-N, 1-800-230-PLAN. And whether or not you should tell your sister, you ought to at least be encouraging her to get out of this relationship with this boyfriend, because he's obviously not committed to her. And if you do tell her, it's going to hurt her a lot. And, you better be prepared for that. Thanks, Samantha.
Let's talk to James from Chino Hills. James, you are on Loveline.
Hi, everyone. Hey, I just want to say that Adam's a very cool addition to the show.
Thanks, James.
Yeah, you're welcome. Hey, and I have a question for Dr. Drew. I was down at San Onofre State Beach with my friend, and we got bored in between sets, I guess, and we found some dried seaweed, and we rolled it up in, like, little cigarettes.
These are your fans, Adam.
You didn't smoke any sand, did you, James?
Well, there was some sand in there, but we smoked some of the seaweed, and my friend, he said he got like a little bit of a buzz because he smoked cigarettes before.
San Onofre.
Yeah, and he said he got kind of sick.
Do you know what San Onofre is right in front of?
Those giant nuclear.
Yeah, you can't say it on the radio.
Oh,
you can't?
No, the nuclear.
I say it all the time.
What, is that what you call them too? The nuclear?
No, I mean, it's use that word.
Yeah, well, it's the nuclear, another word for breasts. It starts with a T. You can't say it, but that's what the things in San Onofre are called, the nuclear, yes. And
I was wondering if there's anything in the, like, if that's hazardous to our health or anything.
He smokes seaweed.
Yeah.
I don't know, frankly. It's not something I've seen people do. It wouldn't surprise me if there'd be something in there that could make you sick.
But we eat seaweed.
We eat seaweed.
But not the seaweed we get out of Southern California.
Seaweed. I mean, you...
You're answering this so seriously.
I don't know, James. I'm not aware of anything specifically, okay?
All right.
Smoking seaweed.
You know, that the first compliment I've got on the addition, me being a new addition to the show, was from this guy who then followed it with, I smoked some seaweed.
Oh, no. Get used to it. The people that that love Dr. Drew or say, Dr. Drew, I think you do a great job. I mean, I'm a pre-med, I'm curious, what color interior I should get on my BMW. Somebody who called and say, Ricky, I really think you do a good job. Dr. Drew, why do I like to hit myself in the head with a hammer? Adam, I really love you. I think you're great.
I'm mainlining kelp.
I'm smoking seaweed.
Slamming kelp.
I'm slamming kelp. I love Adam's work.
Let's speak to Tracy. Tracy, you're on Loveline from Tulum.
Yes, I'd like to make a question for Dr. Drew.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Me and my boyfriend's been together for 2 years.
Where did you say she called from?
Tulum.
Tuolumne, right?
Yes.
Wow.
Well, how come if I say Tulum and you don't correct me?
I couldn't believe I was...
I didn't hear you correctly.
How is Tuolumne spelled, Tracy?
T... I'm not quite
You live there. You don't know how to spell it.
No, I just moved here.
Okay, go ahead.
Where?
From L.A.
How do you spell it?
Tracy, ask your question. Go ahead.
It's not Tuolumne.
Go ahead.
Anyway, I've been together with my boyfriend for about 2 years now.
Yeah.
And at first, we had the greatest sex life, and since the past, year, I haven't been interested in it. And he always wants it, and I don't give it to him.
Do you like him anymore?
I love him.
Oh, That's sort of a passive.
Yeah.
We've talked about marriage and everything.
Yeah. I understand you're committed to him and you're involved in a big way.
Right.
But you really have the same feelings for this guy that you used to?
That's my question. I don't know.
If you have to ask, you don't.
Yeah. Usually it would be that you have something going on that's affecting your ability to be intimate with him. Either something in your past that's affecting your ability to sustain a close relationship, or something in this relationship that is just changing your feelings. And, your age, you can just be growing apart, just you've explored the relationship, it's gone as far as it can go. It's hard to know, but only you can answer that.
Plus, I'm in like pain when we do it. So.
Well,
if it hurts, that would be
because you're dry, because you're not excited.
That's a possibility. You could be not into it. You could be anxious. You could be. That is.
Hey, high five.
You could be anxious and have pelvic spasm, but you do need to be seen and examined to make sure you don't have endometriosis or infection, ovarian cysts. There's many other things that cause pain during intercourse. You need to have that checked out.
I've asked my clinic before, and they just thought that he was too well endowed.
Wow.
Well,
they know.
I mean, I don't want to get too graphic here, but seriously, what's he looking like?
He's really big.
And you're done with him?
I guess.
See that? See, small penis is better.
He likes to have oral sex with me, and I don't like it.
All right, I think you two have grown apart. I think there's nothing left here. He doesn't like you don't like him anymore. That's fine. Just be honest with him, because right now you're jerking the guy around.
Yeah, she needs to be honest with herself, too, because she has trouble even admitting it to us, and even exploring her feelings, so she needs to figure out what's up.
Tuolumne. That's not a Dr. Seuss book. Isn't that where, like, the Sneetches lived or something?
Is that an Indian word?
Yeah, Tuolumne.
You know the great thing about this country? We take the Indians, we drag them, we kick them off everything, and then we name everything after them.
You know what we should do is that we should put you guys in, like, a locker room, and I can be over here in the studio. Then it would feel more natural.
We can put up pictures.
Hey, I went boxing with Drew today. Can I say that?
Did you really?
Yes.
Oh, man, now I'm going to get my ass kicked by both of you guys.
And let me tell you, he is a badass. I mean,
no, wait a minute. This guy swings so hard he almost knocked my arm right off my shoulder. I mean,
Adam is, for people that don't know, Sir Adam is a boxer.
Right, I was. And so I worked at a gym for a while, and it's coincidentally by Drew's house, and he was interested in checking it out, so we came over.
Yeah, I think my phone wasn't working.
I told him to call.
My phone was like off the hook.
3105. Excuse me.
It's okay. Yeah, my
we'll
phone
get into that
working.
off there. But the point is I
watched every stock car race on TV this weekend. I know I was home. The phone was working. Okay.
He said he called you, but anyway,
that's cool.
I held those focus gloves, those like catcher's mitts that the guys work out on. He hits hard. He's a strong guy. Don't mess with the doc. He'll tear you down and then patch you up. He's the doctor. He's the ring doctor.
My feelings are hurt right now. Let's speak with Nelson. Nelson, you're on Loveline with the killer Dr. Drew, Sir Adam, and the recently rejected Ricky Rackman.
Well, I kind of have this problem. See, last year there was this co-ed sleepover thing, and I went, and I was with a friend, and we were like watching a movie. It was dark, and we were under covers and everything, and I finger banged her. And after a while, my hand was like really nasty and rashy. And I don't know if it was.
Are you sure it was dark? Are you sure it was a girl? It wasn't in Rover?
No.
Did the rash hurt?
It just like burned.
You know, this smells like one of those Gold Bond commercials, doesn't it? One of those testimonial things?
No,
Nelson from Huntington Park. He got hold of some bad skank, and you should really do a Gold Bond commercial.
Okay, listen, Nelson. Two things, ladies and gentlemen, from this call. One, mom and dad, co-ed sleepovers, don't think they're okay. Whatever you think could happen, will. Number two, you actually can get herpes on your fingers. It's called herpetic whitlow. And it burns, and it's sort of near the fingernail, and that may be perhaps what you contracted.
But I don't think she was with anyone else before.
Then it has nothing to do with her.
At all?
Then you just got something in your hand.
Nelson, is it possible that you're feeling up something else, like a bag of Doritos or something like that? You weren't aware of it?
No.
Okay. All right, just check it.
This is the reason for parents to listen to Loveline. Find out what's actually going on.
I never was invited to a co-ed sleepover either.
Well, I'm having one this weekend. You want to come by?
Never was invited to a co-ed sleepover.
Bring your wife.
As well as invited to go boxing with you guys.
Nobody invited me to go boxing.
No, it wasn't one of those things.
Though. I thought like we had like, pros. When we had like,
boxing with them.
No, I don't want to go anymore. You guys all went.
You're next.
Was Anna there too, I suppose?
Yeah.
And she was holding the bag.
And the phone screams to everybody.
We're just going to get our Chargers tickets, too. Is there anything you guys like so I know that I can go and not invite you?
Well, we went on a tandem bike all the way down the boardwalk today. It was great.
Aw, man.
Something
you guys are bumming me
tells me I'm into something good.
Loveline.
Yo.
Max.
Hey.
Hey.
What's going on?
Dude.
What's up?
I wanted to have a question for Dr. Drew.
Go ahead.
I was wondering about these penis pump things. If they actually do anything.
What kind of penis pump? What are you talking about?
They're like these long plexiglass.
Yeah, they're like that.
Stick your dick in them and you pump them up.
You put your unit in and you pump it up and it gets...
What's the purpose?
Makes your dick bigger. It's supposed to.
Oh, they do not work.
Let me field this one, Doc.
Oh, okay, a man who's had experience with these particular products. Let me just say there is no such thing that will do that, but go ahead, Ant.
Well, first off, you know it works because in the picture, in the back of the magazine, they show the guy flaccid, and then they show the same guy with a boner. And, of course, his penis is twice as big.
Yeah, but it's also got a hoof at the end of it.
Now, and they have these ones that are real expensive. Like you hook up to like a pump that you'd use on a fish tank or something like that. Yeah, like you got...
There actually are some
like pump, a lawnmower.
sort of pump, and there's a device with a ring that fits around the base of the penis that's used to help men who are having erection problems.
They actually put a bladder inside your penis and can pump it up for that.
Oh, absolutely. Well, all kinds of things.
They make an incision.
There's a lot of different things they can do. Some of them are permanently erect, and you can bend them like Gumby kind of. Gumby.
Wait, we're going somewhere. Max.
Yo.
Do you own a penis pump?
Yeah.
You own one. What's it called?
What's it called?
Yes.
It's called Fred.
It's not the Badger 3000 series?
No, I gotta save up my pennies for that one, man.
Yeah, that's the mother.
They don't work. They don't work. But you can get implants that's the sort of mainstay treatment.
But that's like a whole different thing. He just saw like this picture to make himself a big schlong.
We know, but we're just talking about
something else.
Surgery.
Implants. There's an implant that where actually the reservoir for the fluid is in the testicle, and you pump it up from there. There are ones that it's in the tip.
Does Reebok make that one?
The ones in the tip where you pump it up from there. There's some that are just like bendable wire. You just bend them down, and when you
like Gumby, Gumby's leg.
Right, like Gumby's leg.
That could be useful. I mean, could you imagine that, Ricky?
Every time you have sex, you have to pump it up.
Wow.
Is the pump detachable?
No, it's all inside your body. It's a little reservoir of fluid that you pump up.
But where's the pump?
In the testicle.
You got to put your thumb in your butt to get the air out of it, though, right? You kind of like go. How do they get the air out? Seriously,
it's fluid.
Through gas.
It's fluid. It goes in. It goes into the implant, and it goes back into the reservoir.
How's it get back in the reservoir?
I don't know. I've never operated.
All right. Well, bring in a drawing tomorrow night.
No,
bring in a schematic. I'd like to see that.
Let's talk to Nancy, calling from Bakersfield. Hey, Nancy, you're on Loveline.
Hi. Okay, I have a question for Adam and Ricky.
Yes.
Okay, basically, because, I met
no need to explain.
Say that again?
No need to explain. Go ahead.
Okay, I met these two guys, and both of them used really cheesy lines when they met me, okay? So my question is, according to their lines, which one should I go for?
Let's hear line number one.
Okay, it's the really stupid one of, was your dad a thief? You know that one?
Because you stole my heart?
No, because he stole all the stars from the sky and put them in your eyes.
Oh, stole my heart, though, would kind of work, too.
Yeah.
Well,
I just made that up.
Was your dad a thief? Like, I saw some big ugly man stole my stereo?
Because my dad was a cop.
Yeah.
Nancy.
Yeah.
Listen, okay?
It may surprise her, but
a lot of people, we just deleted something you said. Nancy.
Yeah.
Nancy. Did you ever get a feeling, for people that are listening at home, we had to delete the last part of you said because it used profanity. You're on a radio show. Did you think we could just use that F word indiscriminately? Thank you.
If you don't want to, then delete it out.
As we did.
Okay.
Did any of them work?
What do you mean? The lines?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's why I'm asking you.
Nice shoes want a F.
Well, that's sort of the more the OJ route. I mean, I think as far as the lines go, and the other guy at least made an attempt at a romantic one.
Yeah.
So go for the romantic one.
Why?
Yeah, I think saying that thing about the shoes is kind of weird. Just forget the shoes and just say, hey, wanna...
Yeah, listen, Nancy, come on. What kind of question you asking here?
What lines work? But this is the thing. What's going to work?
Well, that's what I'm saying. One was pathetic. The other one was stupid.
And what did the guys look like?
I don't think that really matters.
It does. If this guy was a good-looking guy that said, nice shoes, wanna F, you would have done it.
Are you sure?
Oh, yeah, I can tell. You use the F word so freely. You're trashy.
Nancy.
But that's good. I don't mean that in a bad way.
Nancy acts like she can only have one of these two guys for the rest of her life. Nancy, if they're both jerks...
And it's all based on a line.
Yeah.
A come on line.
Yeah, Drew, what line... Oh, you always use I'm going to be a doctor line. Come on, admit it.
No, wait a minute. Okay. First off, if I'm going to go for one of them, okay, yeah, I do. I have to choose one of them.
Why do you have to choose
I'm going to be like...
Hey, Nancy,
go from both of them.
Nancy, did you ever talk to him past the line?
Yeah, what are the people like? What are the guys like?
Well, that's what I said. One of them was kind of pathetic. The other one was stupid.
Well, then you've already...
Well, then don't go out with either of them unless you're,
Stupid and pathetic. All right, we've had enough of this nonsense.
Our caller is stupid and pathetic.
Let's talk to Norma. Norma, you're on Loveline.
Hi, guys. How you doing?
Hey.
Hey. Okay, I got a real problem here. Been married 4 years. Complete nympho before I got married.
Drew, stop clapping.
That was not me.
And I have a child now that's 3. All of a sudden, after I have my baby, my husband seems to be extremely huge.
Is he using the Badger 3000 series?
Or Fred? He doesn't need that, believe me. He does not need...
Are you saying that he actually changed, or your sensation has changed?
I don't know. No, I think he's changed.
Did you have any kind of excessive tearing when you delivered?
No, I had C-sections, both.
Yeah, so you've had 2 children, both C-sections.
Correct.
And
He's just like humongous. He's humongous.
Is it a visual thing?
No, I'm not kidding you. I had
No, does it look bigger?
No.
Well, it doesn't look any bigger.
It don't.
So what Doc is saying is it feels bigger, which means you could have gotten smaller.
How can you get smaller?
Well, you don't get small. Well, you get smaller if you have vaginal deliveries, because sometimes when you're repaired or sewn after
I had a doctor say, well, you're not relaxing enough. He's full of it. I'm relaxed. I'm lubricated, bleeding.
Okay, you sound like you're almost in a coma, Norma. Come on, you're coming off the hinges here. Relax.
But, I mean, things can happen to the pelvic, say, architecture with pregnancy, and you ought to see a gynecologist and talk about what might have changed in there, or what other problems you might have. And you
I have.
You've had ultrasounds, and
I had ultrasounds. I had all kinds of stuff done.
And they can't come up with anything.
And they could not come up with.
Norma, did they do the water displacement test on your husband?
No.
Because that's really the sign. All right, fill up a beer stein. Have him straddle I don't know how it works exactly. I got to bring in a book. But Norma, he's the same. You said he looks the same. So you're different.
But it hurts. It hurts.
Right. All right, but it's all you.
Yeah.
He's the same.
You have changed in some way, and
it's me. Okay.
And it's common for there to be a lot of changes after pregnancy, and whether or not it's an issue of lubrication or some some anatomic change in there, or whether you now have endometriosis or ovarian cyst or something, or uterine fibroids, God knows what. I don't know why they can't come up with a specific diagnostic explanation for this for you, but something has changed. And you should keep going back until you come up with a satisfactory answer or a solution to how to make things better. I don't know.
Exercise.
It doesn't bother me. It doesn't hurt as bad, I should say, if I'm on top.
Well, then you need to guys.
Then write it.
You need to.
I am so sick of
What is your husband? Is he just he's just strutting around the house now, isn't he?
Check this out, you guys. He thinks nothing of it. He's just like he has no ego about it. No, nothing.
He's not disturbed that you're unhappy?
No, I don't think he is, because he'll sit there. He's 25, so he's going through his...
Maybe that's
why. Say, nope.
All right, well, it's not him, it's you, and it's a medical thing.
You need to figure it out, okay?
Let's speak with... we'll play commercials, we'll come back.
This concludes another PodcastOne.com program.